Hello everyone! I'm so excited to share with you the second video from the series about my summer travels in Russia. Make sure you didn't miss the first part, by the way. So, today, on this epic train from the past century, we arrive in the city of Sortavala in Karelia. Just so you know, Karelia is a region in Russia, and currently we're only 50 kilometers away from the borders with Finland. The journey from St. Petersburg to Sortavala takes 4 hours by train. It arrives at a very charming station located right on the bridge across the lake Lapijärvi. Yeah, listen to those names. Kuhavuori, Väinämöinen, Hilula, Hympölenjärvi. I hope I pronounced them correctly. All the authentic Karelian names are preserved here, and to my ear they are very similar to Finnish ones. Sortavala is actually a tiny town. There is not much to do or to see, but we did have reasons good enough to come there. So once we got off the road, we tried local speciality, the cloudberry liquor. Honestly, I'm not sure about the English term for this berry, so please correct me if I'm wrong. And another special dish which locals are really proud of is the creamy fish soup, lohikeito.
Оль, ты попала в кадр. Скажи, что тебе хорошо.
There's a local history museum and a museum of wood-carved pictures, but we didn't yield to the temptation. Instead, we had a walk along the streets and ended up in an old, overgrown Finnish cemetery where Russians, Karelians, and Finns are buried. You might say it's a weird place to get to know a new town. But for us, it turned out to be very much reflecting the complexity of the local history. The necropolis is almost 2 centuries old, and here you can find burial vaults of famous citizens, Lutheran crypts and monuments, graves of Karelian merchants. But not all burials can be recognized. Somewhere there are no inscriptions left, some of them are destroyed. The place is extremely atmospheric, more like a park. And it's really different from modern cemeteries that you can find in Russia. So for example, here's a photo for you just to compare. This is how cemeteries in small Russian towns usually look like. But enough for the cemeteries. Let's do something more life-affirming, okay? Let's jump on the train and go to the Ruskiala mountain park. So this train has some history. Say hi. Hi. We're now heading towards a place where Marbel Quarry was located around 200 years ago. So this marble was intended to be used to face some cathedrals in St. Petersburg. However, back then there was no railway. So the marble had to be transported through a very complicated route via the Lake Ladoga, which you just saw on the map printed on the table. By the way, this is one of the symbols of a trip in Russian trains, no matter whether it's a retro one or a super modern train. So it's tea drinking in branded glasses with the logo of the Russian railways. So let's get back to the history. The chief architect, who was in charge of the whole Marbel project, used to travel to the quarry in a luxurious carriage. He was a Frenchman, and it was during one of these journeys that he casually mentioned that it wouldn't be a bad idea to build a cast iron road like they have in England. Very well said, Mr. Architect. The ideas were realized, and the Ruskiala Express now connects St. Petersburg with the Ruskiala Quarry, and the interior of the train is designed in the style of the architect's carriage. Can you imagine that? However, the marble is no longer quarried, and the quarry itself was turned into a glorious natural park, which we're going to see very soon.
My friend says you can buy tickets to the park right here.
We just got off the train, but before we go to the park itself, we need to see a show. The steam train has to turn around so that it can carry the passengers back. We've heard it is quite a show, so let's check on it. I'm not quite sure whether it was fun, but it was definitely loud. So why do people visit the Ruskiala Park? Well, it's for the beautiful wallpapers for their phones, obviously. When the stone quarry became obsolete, over time it got flooded with water, and this water takes an incredible green hue, especially during the hot seasons. If you're willing to spend some money, you can take a tour of the underground mines, try a thrilling zip line jump over the quarry, take a ride in a cable car or a boat, and even go scuba diving in the water. We personally did none of all these things. There's another amazing thing this canyon is famous for. It's a unique cultural event. 10 years ago, a Russian pianist was strolling through the park, and he had the idea that the acoustics of the place could enhance the sound of a piano. Thus, a completely wild idea was born to place a grand piano in the canyon. The first experiment turned out to be a huge success, and it gave birth to an annual festival called Piano in the Canyon. I will leave a link to the festival's channel here on YouTube in the description under my video, so that you can have a closer look on it, because it really deserves your attention. The festival takes place every first weekend of September. Unfortunately, we were traveling in July, so had no chance to visit. What in the world can compensate for such a great loss? Well, of course, some delicious treat. We spotted a shop with Karelian style ice cream with different sorts of exotic flavors for the most sophisticated foodies.
Mushrooms and I don't know this one in English. Some fish. Some fishy ice cream. I'm the lucky one because I am not doing it first.
It's really frozen.
Mm-hmm. What do you say?
Tastes like a regular one.
Without mushrooms?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Such a disappointment.
I don't feel anything.
That's a ripoff, you know?
Just ice cream.
Okay.
Let's taste this one.
That was with mushrooms, yes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. This is the epic feel.
Caviar inside. Mmm. This
Tastes
one is
like
better.
caviar?
It's
Better?
salty,
Hmm. Like caramel?
kind of,
Mm-hmm.
and you really feel the caviar. Like it has some fishy flavor.
That's what I said. Fishy ice cream. Okay.
I like this one better.
Okay. So guys, now you know the deal.
So as you can see, we couldn't finish the one with the fish because it had too much salt to our taste. Actually, we did have some proper lunch in a cafeteria in the park, but I didn't film it because it was overcrowded. A lot of people were, standing in the lines eating. And honestly, there was nothing special about that cafeteria, just an average place. After the lunch, we had some time for walking, and what we did is we explored some of the mines. And after that, even more mines with some beautiful marble fractures. So guys, as you can tell, this place is perfect for nature lovers and walkers specifically. The trails are long. We spent over 4 hours, I believe, in the park, and we didn't cover it all. Towards the end, we visited an interesting spot called the Abode of Angels. But I will save the story for the next episode, if you don't mind. So guys, I won't say goodbye to you just yet. See you soon. Thank you for being with me.
Салфетки в рюкзаке. Сверху. Вру, они в машине остались. Знаете, здесь дали. В машине мы же с Артем, я там их оставил.